Is with the people, and the oil companies are on the run. We're going to now do another song which has been sung at rallies all around the world, which we put our own little twist on it, and it's called Do It Now.
Turn it up.
Okay, so yeah.
So you're going to have to, yeah, right, you put that down. Okay. Yeah. You want to literally put that down? Well, it's okay.
Fossil fuels, greenhouse gases,
global warming,
climate change.
We need to wake up. We need to wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now. We've got to build a better future. And we need to start right now. Cat 5 hurricanes,
Massive flooding,
killer heat waves,
raging fire.
We're on a planet that has a problem. We need to solve it, get involved and do it now. We've got to build a better future. And we need to start right now. Make it greener, make it cleaner, make it last, make it fast, and do it now. We've got to build a better future, and we need to start right now. No more pipelines,
Solar power,
public transport,
ride a bike,
waiting, or hesitating. We must get wise, think no more lies, and do it now. We've got to build a better future, and we need to start right now. We've got to build a better future, and we need to start right now. Yes, start right now. Yes, start right now. Yes, start right now. 2, 3, 4, now! No. We have a thing. Hello again. This next song is called Sustainability. It's based on a by Bertolt Brecht and Hans from the 1930s called the Solidarity Song. But we took it and changed it into the Sustainability Song. And here we go. Now see the signs now of the world that we must change. Act now, go forward, let's go forward, call out for sustainability. Now make the change now, let the call be known in future. We must end the carnage of the big machine. Act now, see the signs now of the world that we must shape. Act now, go forward, let's go forward, call
long for sustainability. Act now, make the change now, act now for the future. We must end the climate of the big machine. Hey, rise up, don't forget now that when we're united, we are stronger. Now we must all change. Whose tomorrow is tomorrow, and whose planet is this planet? Whose tomorrow is tomorrow, and whose planet is this planet? Whose tomorrow is tomorrow, and whose planet is this planet? Whose tomorrow is tomorrow, and whose planet is this planet? Not bad, not bad. I think the mics definitely help. Our next song is by the great Canadian songwriter Neil Young. He wrote it specially for the anti-climate change movement. It's called Who's Stand Up and Save the World. Save the Earth. Who's gonna stand up and save her? Who's gonna say that she's had enough? Who's gonna take on the big machine? Who's gonna stand up and save the earth? This all starts with you and me. Protect the wild, tomorrow's child. Protect the land from the greed of man. Take out the dams, stand up to oil. Protect the plants and renew the soil. Who's gonna stand up and save the earth? Who's gonna say that she's had enough? Who's gonna take on the big machine? Who's gonna stand up and save the earth? This all starts with you and me. And fossil fuel, draw the line before we build one more pipeline and frack it water and build a life for our sons and daughters. Who's gonna stand up? Who's gonna say that she's had enough? Who's gonna take on the big team? Gonna stand up and save the earth. This all starts with you and me. Dam dams, save the rivers. Start the takers and feed the givers. The green and save the world. Real people known as Earth. This all starts with you and me. This all starts with you and me. This starts with you and me. Good job. That was Neil Young's Who's Going to Stand Up and Save the Earth? And this is what we're doing, aren't we? Standing up to save the earth. Now, the times get tough sometimes, and life gets hard, and struggles don't go quite as the way we want them to. But we're here again, and we'll be here next year, and that's because the most important thing is to never give up, and that's the name of this next song. Bambalela, 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 bamba, 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 oh, bamba.
Bambalela. Never give up, never give up, oh, never give up, never give up, never, 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 oh, never, never give up. Accroche-toi bien, accroche-toi bien, accroche-toi bien, accroche-toi bien, accroche, 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 oh, accroche, accroche-toi bien. Bambalela, 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 bamba, 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 oh, bamba, bambalela, 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 bamba, 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 oh, bamba, bambalela.
Are just voices, and we are done.
Thank you. Worked out. Thank you very much.
Everyone, and welcome. You have made it to the right place. We will be starting in a few minutes, so stick with us. Mike is the guy who is leading the march. He's the one who is building up behind the stage, etc. I don't know how
My poor husband is worried if they're making riots and stuff up. Exactly.
If Jeff wins, he knows what's going to happen. We know sort of what's going to happen, but that's what we're working on.
Yeah. There's got to be some. Aaron. Where they're going to start it.
But we can use it here, right? I told the cops that this will happen.
No, all the lights are working just fine. Let's see, let's have another Okay. Yeah. everyone, and welcome. Yeah. So everyone over here, please feel free to move in. Come on towards the front. Please join me in giving a round of applause for the very wonderful Just Voices Choir. Thank you so much, and hello everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Hannah.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone, my name is Nas.
And we are Fridays for Future Ottawa. We are so happy to welcome you to our 2024 Ottawa-Gatineau Climate March Expo. Nous sommes ici aujourd'hui sur le territoire non cédé des Algonquins Anishinaabe. Les membres de la nation Algonquin Anishinaabe vivent sur ce territoire depuis des siècles. Nous avons la chance d'appeler notre foyer commun. Rendons donc hommage à la nation Algonquin Anishinaabe aujourd'hui et chaque jour, en travaillant main dans la main à la réalisation de la justice climatique. The effects of climate all around. 14 straight months of global record-breaking heat. More frequent and more events. Unprecedented wildfires across and around the world. A slushy housing canal. The climate crisis is not. It is happening right here, right now, and it already aspects. And so we find ourselves today living in a critical moment. In April, just years to cut global emissions in half. Future COP29, our Canadian election, American election are just around the corner. Even though our climate promising leaders from climate culprits of all kinds have been broken over and over again, we must use this moment as a turning point. We, people, must stand together and make it absolutely clear. We will for our planet, and we won't quit until we win. We will hold Canada's climates to a culprit account, and we will not rest until we see our livable future guaranteed. And we will never stop building a better world for ourselves and for each other. And we're not alone. Just this month, tens of thousands of people all around the world are striking for climate, peace, for worker, migrant, Indigenous, and LGBTQ+ rights. And these issues are all intertwined. And when we put them together, when we fight together, we can build the world we deserve. So maybe you've come here today because you're concerned about the future of the people and places that you love. Maybe you're curious. Maybe you're angry. Whatever your reason is, it's clear that the fight for climate action, for climate justice, is the fight for our lives. And winning it will require every single one of us. I'm so grateful that so many of you today have come here to use your voice, your talents, your knowledge, and your power to create a just, thriving, fossil-free future for all.
So we have two goals for today. One, we are here to demand change from the climate culprits and to tell them that climate action is non-negotiable and unstoppable. We can and must bring an end to the fossil fuel industry and implement the solutions which we know already exist. Two, we are here to meet one another and to take the next step in working to achieve meaningful climate action together, well beyond this march. So, do you believe a better future is possible? I say, do you believe a better future is possible? Good. Today we'll be taking you around downtown Ottawa to meet some of Canada's climate culprits. for too long these organizations have told us that climate change is on us, that we are to blame. But while we do our part, the climate culprits use their wealth and power to make the wrong choices for our future, putting profits before planet and people every single time. So today we are shifting the focus and demanding accountability from the culprits who invest and enable in the fossil fuel industry. Also, who try to prevent meaningful change and who try to block the urgent and just transition to clean energy that we so desperately need. Shame. So, our 2024 climate culprits are the City of Ottawa, the Royal Bank of Canada, the Canadian Gas Association, the Province of Ontario, under that board, the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, and Export Development Canada. Shame! Shame! At each stop on our march today, a member of Ottawa's climate and justice community will tell you a bit about the culprits and what each of us can do to hold them accountable. At the end of the march, you will have the opportunity to meet some key players in Ottawa's climate and justice community and learn how you can engage in climate action in the long term.
Now before we begin, please take a look around. You'll see marshals and safety vests all throughout the crowd today. So if you are having any kind of concern, any kind of health concern, please speak to a marshal and help us take care of each other. Along our route, we'll pass near several public washrooms and water fountains. If you want to see this information as well as our route details, details about the climate culprits, accessibility measures, and all of the petitions and actions that we're asking you to take today, please scan this Fridays for Future QR code just to my right. If you don't have a sign today, please help yourself. We have plenty over by the rocks. You can use it for the march and bring it back at the end of the event. Please be mindful not to leave garbage behind. And if your mobility is limited or you need to take a seat at any of the culprit locations, we have seats available for your use. And we will also have a marshal leading a shortened route that includes just RBC and Export Development Canada. So if you wish to take that shorter route for limited mobility, please stick to the back of the march and use the sidewalks if necessary.
Thank you so much, Hannah. I would like to introduce our first speakers today, Michaela Kennedy, board member of Horizon Ottawa, and Ruby H14, an upstander from World Changing Kids. Michaela and Ruby will speak to us today about our first climate culprit, which is the City of Ottawa, and the overall lack of climate action and urgency we are seeing from our city leaders. Shame!
Shame!
Please welcome Michaela and Ruby.
Kennedy, and I'm here speaking on behalf of Horizon Ottawa today. It's great to see you all here, demanding better from our representatives. The City of Ottawa declared a climate emergency in April of 2019, and yet has been far off its goals in handling that emergency. Firstly, they only approved $5 million for the Climate Change Master Plan last year, despite it being the biggest crisis of our lifetime. In 2018, the city approved the Energy Evolution Program, which is supposed to be Ottawa's main program for helping us to become carbon neutral. And they were supposed to spend $1 billion a year on it. But to date, they've only spent $2 million on it. Shame. Shame! This is not representative of a city that's dedicated to fighting a climate emergency or that cares about the future of its residents. So we see our representatives making promises and grand declarations about fighting the climate crisis, but no follow-through. They endorsed the fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty to transition to renewable energy, and yet our buses sport fossil fuel advertisements, which I think is hypocritical. Yeah. Horizon Ottawa has been asking our residents, do you think our buses should have fossil fuel ads on them? No! If you haven't signed our petition yet, you can find it on horizonottawa.ca or scan this QR code right here. And speaking of Ottawa's public transit, the city could and should invest in a greener future by investing in our buses and the LRT for more accessible, more efficient, and more affordable public transit. But have they done that? No, they keep making more and more cuts.
even though public transit is a much more fuel-efficient way of moving people from place A to place B compared to private cars. But instead of investing in more public transit and climate initiatives and an increasing green space, the city is spending more on road expansion. For example, they're spending $112 million to add one lane to one road in Barrhaven. Could this money maybe be better spent? Yes! Another issue here in Ottawa that's bad for the environment and costing us billions of dollars is urban sprawl. Who here has heard of Towin? A little bit? The Towin project proposed by Taggart Development is for a new suburban community on the eastern edge of the city. So much for 15-minute communities, because single-use zoning almost guarantees that anyone living in the Towin community would need a private vehicle to access the rest of Ottawa, and this is not a sustainable way to build our city. I love that the theme of today's protest is climate culprits. When you care about the environment, it can be easy to get wrapped up in fear that there's nothing you can do, or guilt that you're not doing enough. But the city of Ottawa is not doing enough. Here we are, attending protests, marching in the streets, signing petitions, using bamboo cups and compostable cutlery, but we need the climate culprits to change their ways. When our representatives fail to prioritize this climate emergency through their politics, they are the climate culprits. So I'm calling on Mark Sutcliffe and on the City of Ottawa to increase funding to the Energy Evolution Program and the Climate Change Master Plan, to uphold the values of the fossil fuel treaty they endorse, and to invest in efficient and affordable public transit that doesn't advertise fossil fuel companies, and to prioritize a greener future over corporate profits. Thank you.
All right. The City of Ottawa declared climate emergency in 2019. I was 9 years old. Now I'm 14 years old. A 2023 progress report from the city revealed that only 2 of the 8 priorities listed in the city's climate change master plan will be completed by the deadline of 2025. Is the city working to ensure children like me will have a livable future? No! We know that over the coming decades, Ottawa will experience wetter springs and winters, much warmer winters, and an increase in the number of summer days with temperatures over 30 degrees Celsius. 2 winters ago, the Rideau Canal did not open for skating at all. This is sad because a lot of people look forward to this, and it's scary to think about. This is not a good sign. Is the city working to ensure children like me will have a livable future? No! We are feeling climate change effects here in Ottawa already. Our air quality was rated as a very high health risk for multiple days last June. The smoke causing this bad air quality came from wildfires in Quebec because of unusual dry conditions as a result of climate change. We had to be kept inside at school because of friends who have asthma had a really hard time breathing. Children are also experiencing anxiety about worsening climate change. Is the city working to ensure children like me will have a livable future? No! We know that we need to invest in public transportation and move away from everyone driving in their individual vehicles. Yet the city just decided to cut back O-train service to every 10 minutes on weekdays, during middays, and in the evenings. Is the city working to ensure children like me will have a livable future? No! We know that we need to move away from fossil fuels and towards renewable energy if we're going to keep global warming to below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Yet the city has put a temporary ban on building new solar panel and wind turbine projects. Is the city working to ensure children like me will have a livable future? No! The good news is that we have the power, all of us together, to make decisions and take actions that will protect our climate and our city. We have the technical solutions, skills, and knowledge to move away from fossil fuels and towards clean, renewable energy sources. But we need to act now. We are calling on Mayor Sutcliffe to take climate action and show true climate leadership in our nation's capital. It's like Greta Thunberg says, we can't just continue living as if there was no tomorrow, because there is a tomorrow. Thank you.
Fantastic. Please join us in another round of applause for Michaela and Ruby.
Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Ruby. We absolutely must see more and better from our leaders at the City Hall because delay is the new denial. Shame! Shame! But everyone can act today and can demand better. Find out who your city councillor is and get in touch with them. Learn their voting record on climate issues, transit, and the city budget. And email them, not just once, but regularly, to share what you want and what we need to see from the city. We vote them in, so they are accountable to us. And before you go home today, scan the March QR code and sign the petitions to the City of Ottawa from our partners at Horizon Ottawa, Cafes Ottawa, and Ecology Ottawa, as well as personally endorse the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty. We all have a role to play in engaging at the municipal level and to call for climate action and accountability every single day.
Very true. Thank you so much, Nasrat. Maintenant, c'est temps de commencer la marche. Now we're going to begin our march. So I will ask everyone, please, with the big climate culprit signs, if you could please get towards the entrance, and we'll have you organize as the front line of the march. Everyone, we'll just give them a moment, and then we will follow behind them. Now we're going to move on to our next stop on the march. Climate culprit RBC. Shame.
Let's go!
So I'll go get the truck.
If there are 3 people who are willing to carry a big banner that says climate emergency, please come up to the front. If you're willing to carry a big banner that says climate emergency, please come on up to the front.
I'm live streaming it on the Fridays for Future page and on my YouTube at the same time. Probably, because I've also recorded audio directly. Yes, they gave me the new one. I got the green one too, but I forgot it.
Oh no, you got it for Fridays.
Yeah, yeah.
40 for us.
All right.
My name is.
Get there before it like starts and stuff. Then I would say here we're gonna wait.
Turn right on down. Okay, get moving.
Climate
There you go, Jim. I'm finally got you got one. You got one.
Hi, Jake. Hello. Thanks for coming, Jake.
You're welcome. I'm not going far. Right? Like just live? Like if anyone gets delayed. Sorry,
What can we do about it? That's what they call it. I know. Yeah.
Doing okay?
But I got it.
No, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you wasn't worried. It is so good. People! Power! I say climate! Justice! Climate! Justice! What? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now! Yesterday. That's also what I like yesterday. There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the sun, because the power of the sun don't stop. Well, I know. Come up here, I think. Okay. Do the big sign. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world. We are unstoppable. Another are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. The people united will never be defeated. 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 Solidarity Day! Solidarity Day! refugees. Climate refugees. That was too hard. Let's scrap that one. Later, it's too late. 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 The people united will never be defeated. 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 Our movement united will never be. Our movement united will never be defeated. Our movement united will never be defeated. Our movement united will never be defeated. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. 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 Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what our movement looks like. This is what our movement looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what looks like. This is what our movement looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what our movement looks like. This is what our movement looks like. I say climate, you say justice. Climate. Justice. When I say climate, you say justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. I say people, you say power. People. Power. People. Power. When I say movement, you say power. Movement. Power. Movement. Power. I say climate, you say action. Climate. Action. Climate. Action. What do we want? Climate action. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate action. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate action. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate action. When do we want it? Now. Climate justice. Now. One struggle, one fight, open borders, climate strike. One struggle, one fight, open borders, climate strike. One struggle, one fight, open borders, climate strike. Open borders, climate strike. One struggle, one fight, migrant justice, climate strike. One struggle, one fight, migrant justice, climate strike. people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Our movement united will never be defeated. Our movement united will never be defeated. Our movement united will never be defeated. Our people united will never be defeated. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. Okay, now repeat after me. I believe. I believe. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that we. I believe that we. I believe that we will. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. 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 We will win. I believe that we will win. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Climate culprits got to go. what democracy looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. This is what a movement looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. This is what a movement looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what justice. Justice. People over profit. 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 People over Climate justice! Now! Climate justice! Now! Climate justice! Now! Climate justice! Now! RBC, you can't hide, you're committing genocide! You can't hide, you're committing genocide! RBC, you can't hide, you're committing genocide! RBC, you can't hide, you're committing genocide! Great, welcome everybody. We are at the bank of colonialism. Bad company. Whatever you call it, RBC is a climate culprit. Shame!
Since 2016, RBC has invested $206 billion on fossil fuel projects that each pollute our planet. Make and natural disasters and violate indigenous. RBC investments also make them complicit in the ongoing genocide in Gaza. Shame!
Shame!
Well, enough. Welcome to the stage Alex Stratus, 2024-2025 President of Climate Justice at University of Ottawa, and AZ, age 12, an upstander world. A round of applause, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at the Climate Strike. My name is Alex. I am the president of Climate Justice CLIMATE Ottawa, which is a club, a grassroots organization on campus started by students to get Ottawa to complete goals. As a student group, we managed to get the university to commit completely to divest from Equity Fossil Fuel Holdings, all indirect by 2023 and all direct by 2030. This was a project 7 years in the making that we toiled over tirelessly, but we are still going to continue to keep them accountable because statements mean nothing. We still have an campus, and the University of Ottawa has refused to comment on it, has refused to say that they will pull out, but we will get them to do it. RBC is an institution that has poured over $3 billion into climate-destroying fossil fuel companies since 2018, enabling coal, oil, and gas corporations who are mostly responsible for prices and violating Indigenous people's rights. So as they invest and profit from destructive resource projects such as the Athabasca tar sands and the Coastal GasLink pipeline through Wet'suwet'en territory and the consent of all 5 Wet'suwet'en clans, we will stand here and we will fight back! At our university alone, RBC has demonstrated dishonesty, integrity, and questionable ethics. Last November, representatives from Climate Justice U Ottawa, the University of Ottawa Student Union, Indigenous Student Association met with Senior Director, Climate Communications, and Vice President John Stackhouse and others from RBC. We sat at a table for 1 hour as they lied to us, saying that they got consent from student leaders in RBC on our branch, but they absolutely did not. We were not in that room. Shame! This mirrors their ongoing lies about receiving consent from the Wet'suwet'en people to build a destructive on their land. When we informed them that the branch managers had bypassed security to call police on us for distributing flyers, the RBC executives defended their actions by claiming they were a neutral body meant to keep everyone safe. But I have to ask, is this the same law to apply when the companies you invest in hire mercenaries to assault Indigenous land defenders? Are they a neutral? I urge you to go beyond attending protests. Change starts with mobilizing, and that means calling your MPs, showing city council delegations. It means joining organizations. If you're a student at U Ottawa, join Climate Justice, CLIMATE. If you're a member of this city, join Cafes, Friday for Future, Horizon Ottawa. If you're passionate about Indigenous solidarity, there's Decolonial Solidarity, Assembly 7 Generations events. Know your groups, mobilize, organize, take actions to be efficient. As we face the ongoing climate crisis and reluctance from political leaders, we need to start now. Thank you.
RBC, you are destroying our planet. They are providing funding for the fossil fuel projects and pipelines. They have provided the Coastal GasLink pipeline with an estimated $6.6 billion and have co-arranged a $13 billion deal with Canada's biggest banks to prop up the Trans-Mountain pipeline expansion. And the climate science is unequivocal that burning fossil fuels must be phased out rapidly if the world is going to avoid catastrophic warming. Your greenwashing does not fool us. RBC is one of the largest greenwashing banks in the country, and RBC CEO David McKay's statements are verging on breaking the law. McKay likes to point out their recent commitment to grow their low-carbon energy lending up to $35 billion by 2030 as evidence the bank is taking climate change seriously. David McKay, you are being dishonest. You are giving money to fossil fuel projects that will destroy our planet, then you are investing in green energy projects that will help the planet. You are putting our future and your kids' future at risk for short-term profit. You need to recognize Indigenous rights. RBC has also been directly funding violence against Indigenous peoples from Turtle Island to Palestine, the Gulf South to Amazonia, and beyond, bankrolling in some of the biggest weapons and surveillance manufacturers in the world.
At last year's AGM, RBC refused entry to Indigenous leaders from First Nations in Canada and Black community leaders from the U.S. Gulf Coast. They are also subjected to wear a color-coded badge to identify and segregate them. The activists, shareholders, and their proxies tried to ask McQuaig questions, but he did not answer any of them head-on. Instead, they got seconds to talk and were often interrupted or had their mics cut off before their time was up. We will win in the end. We are on the right side of history. At this year's RBC AGM, Wet'suwet'en leadership was joined by the largest group of allies to date. This fight has grown into an international, multiracial, multi-generational movement. We will not be stopped. We will not back down. Can you choose to join us in saving the planet or lose pretty badly? What legacy do you want to leave, David McKay?
Thank you so much, Alex and Izzy. You've made it absolutely clear. Our climate can't stand continued investments in fossil fuels. Not from RBC, not from any of the 5 big banks in Canada who value their profits over our lives. Shame! And we need to move our investments to ethical options like local credit unions. So if you're a client with RBC and the other big banks, are you going to leave?
Yes.
Great work. And we have a large RBC card here today. We're going to tear it up and we're going to show RBC just think about their investment choices. Alex, Izzy, please come help me with this, and everyone in the crowd, we need your help too. We'll say, is killing me. We will quit. RBC. RBC is killing me. We will quit. RBC. RBC is killing me. RBC is killing me. We will quit. RBC is killing me. We will quit. Thank you so much, Alex and Izzy, and thank you.
Thank you all so much, and don't forget to scan the QR code. Pledge to quit our tell RBC fossil fuels and respect Indigenous lands and communities. Our next stop is the Canadian Gas Association. Anyone with limited movement proceed directly to Port Development Canada. Follow Marshall Sam.
Marshall Sam, where are you? Marshall Sam is just up at the front. So, if you would like to proceed directly to Export Development Canada and take the shortened route, come up to the front. The rest of us, we're going to proceed to the association.
Oh.
looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. This is what a movement looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. This is what a movement looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. Will never be defeated. The people will never be defeated. The people united. Will never be defeated. United will never be defeated. The people united. This is what community looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what community looks like.
CGA. No way, 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 CGA. Hi, everybody. Here we are outside of the Canadian Gas Association, or CGA, liars and greenwashers extraordinaire. Shame! CGA hides like cowards behind a mask on the internet called Voice for Energy. They use Voice for Energy to lie to Canadians, saying that natural gas is clean, that natural gas can reduce emissions. Well, we know better, and we're here to say we see right through them, and we won't stand for it. Please welcome our next speakers, Jillian Graham and Francine Portinier from Last Generation Canada.
Hi guys, you are awesome. You look amazing and the energy is fantastic. Thank you for being here today. Okay, I'm Francine and we are standing here in front of the Canadian Gas Association because we've had enough. Yes, enough of being lied to, enough of the empty promises, and enough of corporations putting their profits above our livable future. The climate crisis is not some far-off event, it's here. It's in the wildfires that have destroyed Jasper, the floods that displaced families in Toronto, and the heat waves that took 700 lives in BC in 2021. Let's not forget that. And yet these corporations continue to pretend they are part of the solution, when in reality they are the heart of the problem. 40% of fossil gas produced in Canada is for export. Pipelines and LNG terminals are a massive part of CGA's business. Right now, I'm turning the page. Hold on. They're pushing through an 800-kilometer pipeline and a floating LNG terminal without proper environmental assessments or land agreements. Bulldozing Indigenous protests and legal challenges in their rush for profit. This mega project, the Prince Rupert Gas Transition Pipeline, boo, and the Kasilis LNG terminal will cross 1,000 water bodies, disrupt caribou migration routes, poison water, and devastate salmon spawning grounds. These are the habitats of endangered species, and indigenous communities like the Gatineau hereditary chiefs are standing up to stop this. But corporate greed keeps pushing forward. Globally, countries are moving away from fossil fuels, yet Canada is building more LNG infrastructure. These assets will soon be stranded, empty and rusting because oil and gas demand is dropping worldwide. Let's help make that happen. We need to stop this project now. Join us at the end of the march to find out how.
Instead of doing the right thing, the CGA's biggest member, Enbridge, is doing exactly the opposite. After losing a decision at the Ontario Energy Board regarding the St. Laurent pipeline, they backed government interference in the OEB process, undermining public safety and environmental standards. The thing is, this isn't just happening in Ottawa. Enbridge is expanding across Canada, across Ontario, discrediting and attacking any officials who stand in their way. Let's not forget how they created their own fake grassroots organization, Voice for Energy, just to trick people into supporting their own genocidal agenda. It's all a part of the game they play to keep us dependent on fossil fuels. This fake grassroots movement was designed to manipulate public opinion in favor of fossil fuel interests, misleading Canadians about the impacts of natural gas and climate solutions. This is why we are here today, to demand real action. No more pipelines, no more LNG terminals, no more lies, no more half-baked solutions. We're tired of it. We need to take genuine steps towards a livable future. We need the government to stand here with us instead of their hands being in the pockets of the oil companies, and we need to get rid of the corporations that are destroying our future. Yes, we need every single person here and across the country to acknowledge the truth. The people running those corporations, they are not businessmen. They are criminals. They are threatening the future of us. They are threatening the future of our children, and it's time. It is too late to make things right. These climate criminals need to be held accountable. Our planet cannot afford more fossil fuel projects that push through sensitive habitats, threaten Indigenous lives, and create more climate chaos. Business as usual is unacceptable. We've had enough. We need to engage in protest in whatever way we can. This is not the only day we should be standing here to expose the climate criminals. This is not the only day that we should be meeting together and doing something. This should be the first day that we're doing this, and certainly not the last. And I want everyone to know that we have to fight for our future like we have had to fight for every other single civil right that we have right now. And civil resistance is our last chance at survival. We will not let our future be stolen by corporate greed anymore. This planet is not the CGA's nor anyone else's to destroy. It is ours. It is time to take it back. Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you so much, Jill and Francis. Under the Anti-Greenwashing Act,
Thank you so much, Jill and Francine. Another round of applause, please, from our friends at Last Generation Canada. Under the Anti-Greenwashing Act, Bill C-59, voice for energy should be illegal. In order to shut them down, each and every one of us need to report CGA and Voice for Energy to the Competition Bureau. We've made resources to make this complaint form as easy as possible. So scan that QR code, and when you go home today, take some time to say, "No way, CGA. No more greenwashing." Now let's head to our next culprit, the province of Ontario. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we have to look out for that article.
Culprits got to go. Thank you all so much.
Yeah. Under that fort, we have seen countless attacks on climate policy at the national and provincial level. Shame.
Shame.
We are here to tell Ford that we are paying attention, we don't like what we see, and we deserve better. Please welcome our next speakers, Julia Sterling, Youth Education Coordinator with Just Food, and Sam, age 10, an upstander from World Changing Cakes. Before Julia and Sam come up here, I want to say, Sam is 10 as of today. Yeah.
Happy birthday!
That's right. It's Sam's birthday. Yeah. As soon as Sam heard that our march was on their birthday, Sam knew they wanted to be here and spend their birthday with us all. So thank you, Sam, and happy birthday! Over to you, Julia.
Thank you. We're here because our leaders are not thinking or acting nearly as long-term as this moment demands. We're here because natural gas is being greenwashed as clean energy. We're here because our precious greenbelt and the biodiversity and communities it supports is at risk. We're here because we're fighting whether or not to invest in an unnecessary Highway 413 that may shave off 30 to 60 seconds of commute time at the expense of our food system. We're here because the desperately needed transition to electrified, affordable public transit is nowhere near what it needs to be on our list of priorities. We're here because the recycled carbon tax debate is phenomenally out of touch with the depth of radical changes we need to secure a livable planet for all. And we're here because in this last critical decade, our leaders are still acting as if there's this bank of time that the world's greatest minds haven't discovered yet. We're here because after decades of ecological collapse and the short-sighted thinking that got us into this mess can only be understood as brutal and negligent. Unlike the shock of disastrous coastal hurricanes, scorching wildfires, or BC's heat dome that took so many unnecessarily, the climate crisis is a slow, drawn-out violence to our ecosystems and communities. And it continues to slip away from the minds of our leaders instead of being the anchor at which all decisions should be made. Look no further than Doug Ford's government's continued push for Highway 413 that will threaten 75 wetlands, 28 already at-risk species, and most importantly is a real threat to Canadian food security. Productive topsoil makes up a mere 0.5% of Indigenous Territories Canada, and it takes 100 years to reproduce naturally 1 inch of topsoil. The $10 billion, and let me say billion because we toss that number around a lot. Let me give you some perspective. Let's put it in the sense of time. 1 million seconds means 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. Let's put some perspective on these billions of dollars we're tossing around. 10 billion citizen dollars proposed to be siphoned into 413 threatens 400 acres of protected greenbelt and 2,000 acres of our province's most productive farmland. In a time of rising geopolitical tension, a global seed shortage, increasing food insecurity, and worsening drought and flooding, the protection and the health of our local food and farming systems is a matter of survival. True sustainability is acting as if we planned on staying. We are not outside or above nature. No decision, no leader, and no person is removed from the impacts and the action needed about the climate crisis. I
right, we need to be hard on our systems and soft on each other. Climate author Carrie Doherty says, our tenderness needs to match the brutality of the times we're in. In this fight for a better world, we have to protect our souls in the process. Remember what it means to be truly, truly deeply in community with each other, to keep our human spirit alive, as so many generations of resistance, brave resistance, have done before us. There is agency in every single one of us. Find the middle between what brings you joy, what you're good at, and what work needs doing. Learn, act, organize, call in, call out, be kind, be brave, and be ruthless in holding those in power accountable.
Doug Ford wants to build a new mega highway through the protected greenbelt around Toronto. I have a lot of issues with this. First, the highway will destroy animals' habitats. The greenbelt, farms, forests, conservation areas, and waterways are under threat. This highway will destroy wetlands and take 8.8 million square meters of ground. There are more than 29 species already federally at risk that will suffer as this highway moves forward. And why the chorus frog satisfied? The chorus frog is a small tree frog, about the size of a large grape. The species is easily detected during spring, the breeding season, because of its creaking call that represents the sound of fingernails stroked along the plastic comb. This loud call can be heard from a kilometer away. It is a secretive species and thus is rarely seen outside the breeding season. The species breeds in small, shallow, open canopy, fish-free wetlands with short, grassy vegetation, such as wet meadows, swamps, and flooded fields. Exactly the type of habitat Highway 413 is set to destroy. In addition to the habitat destruction, salt runoff and pollution from this highway will most likely destroy one of their last concert halls. I don't want to sit by and let this happen. The highway will contribute to climate change. By adding hundreds of thousands of polluting cars, SUVs, and trucks to Ontario's roads, Highway 413 will make climate change worse and harm the health of people, communities, and sensitive ecosystems. And it will divert billions of dollars from transit solutions like electric buses and light rail that could address the climate emergency. And it won't make drivers' lives any better. It won't save time. It will only save drivers in the region 30 to 60 seconds per trip. This destructive highway will cost taxpayers over $10 billion and will only help Premier Ford's rich developer friends. It will not help you, but we can still stop the highway. Doug Ford is putting not only my future at risk, but everybody's. So join us in stopping Highway 413.
Give it up for Julia and Sam. Julia, Sam, thank you. And happy birthday, Sam. We're so grateful that you decided to spend your day with us. Together we can build a safer, healthier Ontario. And don't let the provincial government stop you. If you aren't seeing the results you want from Doug Ford, you can go directly to your member of parliament and ask for clean, energy-efficient solutions like heat pumps by using the QR code. We have just 2 stops left today, so stick with us, and our next stop is actually right here. That's right, birds of a feather flock together, and so our next climate culprit is the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, and you can find them right here.
Sea crops!
So we often hear people talk about big oil and gas, but who are they really? In Canada, Big Oil is the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, or CAP, whose members represent 75% of Canada's annual fossil fuel production. The oil and gas industry is Canada's largest and fastest growing source of emissions. Shame. Please welcome our next speaker, Dr. Eugenie Waters, who is an Ottawa family physician and a representative of the Canadian Association of Physicians for the Environment. A round of applause, please.
My name is Dr. Eugenie Waters, and I'm a family physician in Ottawa. I also work at a local hospital. The climate crisis is a health crisis. From forest fires and air pollution to extreme heat, vector-borne infectious diseases, and mental health, the symptoms of the climate crisis are showing up in the exam room and in our hospitals. We need to identify the underlying cause of an illness to treat it properly. The most significant cause of the climate crisis is emissions from the burning of fossil fuels, and the disinformation and delay tactics by the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers and other oil and gas lobbyists need to be called out for what they are. They need to be stopped so we can get on with the urgent societal transformations that are needed to secure a healthy future. The Canadian Association of Physicians for the Environment proposes a code red for climate to deal with these climate culprits. Stop fossil fuel disinformation. Drop emissions through ambitious climate policy. Roll out solutions to save lives now. Can we practice the code red for climate? Code red for climate. Stop, drop, stop, red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll. Okay? So I'm going to say code red for climate. You say stop, drop, and roll. Code red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll. Code red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll. We need to stop and put an end to the undue influence of fossil fuel lobbyists who have invested billions in deceptive marketing and public relations campaigns designed to sow doubt about climate science, obstruct climate action, and push false solutions. It was healthcare professionals who led the fight against the deception of the tobacco industry, leading to dramatic reductions in smoking rates and smoking-related illnesses. We need to do this again and give big oil the same treatment. The fossil fuel ad ban campaign, titled "Fossil Fuel Ads Make Us Sick," led by Kate, is targeting greenwashing and deceptive advertising. Now, Bill 372 aims to do just that and put an end to fossil fuel industry lies and misinformation. The bill is expected to come to Parliament for second reading in November. Please contact your MP and voice your support for regulations on fossil fuel advertising. Next up is drop emissions. The long-delayed oil and gas emissions cap must not be weakened in response to industry pressure and needs to be passed and brought into use ASAP. Hundreds of physicians and healthcare professionals from across the country have signed a letter calling on the federal government to be bold and adopt a strong and fair emissions cap. Not only will this help Canada achieve its emissions target, but also reduce direct health risks related to methane, air pollution, and the toxic impacts of liquefied natural gas extraction, which imperil the lives of people living near fracking wells. Lastly, number 3, we need to roll out solutions to save lives now. There is a range of near-term actions that can save lives now in the face of the escalating climate impacts. In 2023, Canada rolled out its first ever national adaptation strategy. Its near-term recommendations include developing wildfire plans for high-risk communities, implementing evidence-based adaptation measures to protect against extreme heat, and making health systems more climate resilient. Ultimately, this depends on funding. We need our government to understand that climate impacts are no longer a distant threat for Canadians. We need real action and funding now in order to save lives. So let's be loud and united and call for a code red for climate. It's time to stop, drop, and roll. Let's call out the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers and oil and gas lobbyists who had nearly 1,200 lobby meetings with the federal government ministers, specifically target ministers responsible for climate policy. Let's stop the disinformation and greenwashing in its tracks by passing Bill 372, a private member's bill to ban the promotion and advertising of fossil fuels, just like tobacco advertising was banned. Let's be clear, the oil and gas sector is making record profits, but they are doing everything they can to delay and water down an emissions cap and agitating for more subsidies. Our health and the health of our communities depends on it. Okay, here we go. Code red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll. Code red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll. Code red for climate. Stop, drop, and roll.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Eugenie. You're absolutely right. The climate crisis is a health crisis. Now, as Eugenie mentioned, the Canadian government is drafting an emissions cap regulation right now, which would put a maximum amount on the pollution that fossil fuel industries can emit. And we need to make sure that this regulation is as strong as possible so that we can actually hold climate culprits like the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers to account. We need to put a cap on cap. So we're going to make a quick video now to send that message to our federal government, and I need you all to be my co-stars. When I say livable future, you say put a cap on cap. Ready? Livable future. Amazing. Here's the full phrase. Sign the petition in our bio to cap oil and gas emissions for a livable future. Okay, let's do this thing. It's movie making time. We're here at the 2024 Ottawa-Gatineau Climate March today, telling the Government of Canada that climate change is the single biggest health threat facing humanity. The federal government is drafting an emissions cap regulation now, and it is absolutely vital that this regulation urgently and aggressively reduces oil and gas emissions. No more delays, no more loopholes. If you agree that the oil and gas industry shouldn't be able to pollute without end at our expense, then please sign the petition in our bio to cap oil and gas emissions for a livable future. Put a cap on cap! 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 Thank you all so much! We'll share that video on our social medias, and please reshare it far and wide and sign that petition to ensure a strong cap on fossil fuel emissions in our link tree using the QR code, which is around here somewhere. Now we'll head to our final climate culprit, Export Development Canada. We're going to continue that way. Let's go!
Go!
mind-boggling how these guys are the way to do
Thank you so much, everybody. Here we are at the last stop of our march today.
Thank you, everyone. So we have reached our final climate culprit today, Export Development Canada. EDC is a Canadian Crown corporation providing government-backed loans and other financial services to Canadian exporters. In 2023 alone, EDC provided $7.3 billion in fossil fuel subsidies.
Shame!
They are pouring fuel on the climate fire. Shame!
Shame!
So let me introduce to you our final speaker today, Julia Levin, Associate Director of National Climate at Environmental Defense Canada. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's so great to be here with all of you, taking action against the worst climate culprits in this country.
This one's a bit of a wonky one. Export Development Canada, Crown Corporation, Canada's export credit bank. But it channels our public dollars into oil and gas companies, and that's why we're here today. So we know we're living in a climate crisis. Speakers before me have spoken about the impacts of wildfires burning down communities, hospital rooms filling up with people suffering from heat waves, floods, droughts threatening food security. We are living in a climate crisis, and there is a culprit. We know that fossil fuels are causing the climate crisis, yet each year our federal government continues to funnel billions of our public dollars into the very companies and activities that are fueling the climate crisis. And a lot of that money comes through Export Development Canada. Since 2015, Export Development Canada has put $130 billion of our dollars into oil and gas companies. We can't solve the climate crisis while continuing to subsidize the very activities fueling it. Oil and gas companies and their CEOs are making massive profits, and it's not just fueling the climate crisis, it's fueling the affordability crisis that's costing so many of us each and every day. And these greedy CEOs who are getting so rich off the climate affordability crisis, they have the audacity to keep asking for more and more and more of our taxpayer dollars, and our governments and the agencies keep saying yes. The projects being financed by Export Development Canada aren't only climate bombs, they're also trampling Indigenous rights, as you've heard so many stops along the way. Just this summer, Export Development Canada gave $1 billion to Cedar LNG and Coastal GasLink Pipeline, a project that's moving frack gas across northern BC through the territories of the Wet'suwet'en people who have been opposing this project for years. Public dollars cannot trample Indigenous rights. Providing public money to the wealthiest companies means less money is available for things like affordable housing, investments in public transit, investments in retrofitting our homes and equipping them with heat pumps, things that are good for the climate and good for the affordability crisis. Every dollar that is spent on an oil and gas company is a dollar that can't go into something that we need. Last year, the Government of Canada provided $18 billion to oil and gas companies. Over $15 billion of that came from Export Development Canada. That same level of investment could have equipped 1.2 million homes with heat pumps, allowing families to save money and kick fossil fuels out of their homes. That same investment could have trained 36,000 community wildfighters. When so many of the firefighters in our communities are volunteer, we need public money into equipping climate disaster response. Oil and gas companies are lobbying for more and more giant subsidies for techno fixes like carbon capture. They want $50 billion of our money to go to their techno fixes. But these false solutions only serve to prop up the fossil fuel sector. Carbon capture is great for greenwashing oil and gas, but it won't deliver meaningful emissions reductions. There is a little bit of good news. The federal government has taken some small steps to end some financing to the fossil fuel industry since 2022. They've passed rules to end public financing into international oil and gas projects and to end some subsidies. And even those steps would not have happened without people like you in the streets and calling on your MPs. But the lion's share of the money that our federal government gives to oil and gas companies is through crown corporations like Export Development Canada, and that's still untouched, and we need that to change. The government has committed to passing new rules this fall to end all of that financing, but we need to be watching them to make sure those rules are strong, because we know they keep passing rules full of loopholes that prolongs business as usual. So we're calling on Prime Minister Trudeau to keep his promise and stop funding fossils. We need the government to deliver new rules this fall that end all financing of the fossil fuel sector. And afterwards, if you want to come find me, we have these free postcards that you can send to Trudeau to tell him to stop funding fossils. At a time when people across Canada are struggling with the cost of living and communities are dealing with the impacts of climate disasters, governments must hold big polluters accountable for the damage that they are causing. It's time for all of us to come together and force Canada to turn off the financial taps to the most polluting and destructive industry. So when I say fossil free, you say EDC. Fossil free! EDC! Fossil free! EDC! Fossil free! EDC! And when I say keep your promise, you say stop funding fossils. Keep your promise! Stop funding fossils! Keep your promise! Stop funding fossils! Keep your promise! Stop funding fossils! Thanks, and come grab a postcard.
Thank you so much, Julia. And I want to encourage everyone to meet us afterwards, to talk to Julia, to talk to the amazing organizations you've heard from today, to learn more, to see how you can keep fighting after today. And of course, scan the March QR code calling on EDC to end all fossil fuel portfolios now. Shame! So we've reached the end of our march, and I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming. Attendees, organizers, coalition members, supporters, donors, and our countless volunteers, thank you. The climate crisis is immense, but so is our power. And when we come together like this, when we fight together, we win. So let's keep fighting. Stick with us. We're going to complete our march with the final stop back at City Hall. Join us for free food, music, water, and a chance for you to meet Ottawa's climate community and see how you can continue to give your skills, your knowledge, your time, and your talents to the fight for climate justice, because that's what it will take. Thank you. Merci. Let's go.
Hey!